Two things, Tito. How exhausting was that mentally and physically, just going out all the pitching changes, and also the job your bullpen did?
Well, that wasn't the way we drew it up. But about our bullpen, that's one of the most amazing jobs I've ever seen. I mean, starting with Otero to Manship to McAllister to Shaw. I mean, if anybody has a hiccup, we probably lose. And they all made pitches and against some really good hitters.
Eric?
Terry, can you kind of go through the first inning when, John said something to Brian, and then you go out on the mound and blood and just, there was no chance, I'm guessing, that he could have stayed in.
No. When I went out there, I mean, the first thing I saw was blood on the rubber. I figured that wasn't a real good sign that things were going well. I mean, it was bleeding pretty good. It's funny, the weird thing, it was only one little spot that opened, but, man, it was coming out a lot. So, and Gibby actually called me. He said, he goes, that's not really what we wanted to do. He goes, but it was pretty, I get it. I mean, shoot, it was only a matter of time till everybody saw it. It was bleeding pretty bad.
John?
Terry, you had a very similar game when Carrasco got hurt against the Tigers late in the season. Do you think your guys might have been able to draw on that a little bit and know that it wasn't an impossible task to...
I mean, we have done it a few times. I don't think anybody ever thinks that, we can't get it done one way or another. I admit that's a little bit of a unique way to win a playoff game, but the alternative is to lose or to, I don't think anybody wants to do that.
Neil?
Terry, I'm guessing your medical staff gave you a range of what could happen with Bauer's finger. With it happening, starting to bleed so quickly, had that been one of the scenarios they had said that it could happen that quickly?
Yeah, that was probably about the worst. I mean, we had as many good opinions as we could get, and I thought the medical people prepared as well as they could. After watching Trevor go through this week, I was surprised that happened. I think everybody was, but that it did. I mean, I don't think you can simulate trying to be at game speed and things like that. And unfortunately, it opened up. So, you kind of go back to the drawing board with Trevor and see how quickly we can start over with him.
Kevin?
Yeah, when that was such a wild first inning, the cameras were on you when it appeared you gave a little like this. Was that just you scratching or anything like that? Because, Twitter went wild with it.
When was that?
When Gibbons was talking to Gorman in the camera. Was there anything intentional? Yeah.
Oh, no. Oh, my goodness. Oh, no. My
Okay,
goodness.
that's why we're asking.
Gibby was unbelievable about it. I don't remember, but no.
Okay. And a follow-up, for sure, Kluber tomorrow?
Yes.
That's...
When I came off the mound after taking Trevor out, that was kind of the one thing that lifted my spirits a little bit. It was the first guy I saw was Kluber.
As long as we're talking about Corey Kluber, he's not going to come in the interview room tonight, but he has said he'll talk at his locker for as long as we need him. Over here.
Terry, do you anticipate any restrictions on your relievers tomorrow, given how much they were used tonight?
Well, I mean, we used a large number of them, but nobody really. I think Shaw threw 27, which was the most. So no, everybody. I'm guessing everybody will be available tomorrow.
Jeff in the back.
I know it's a different situation, but did you have any flashbacks at all to Kurt Schilling and the bloody sock when you were dealing with what Trevor is going through?
No, that was 12 years ago. I can barely remember last week. No, I don't think of that stuff during the game, believe me. I know that would make for a good story, but that's not what I was thinking about tonight.
Jerry.
Terry, now that this game is over, you said you're going with Kluber tomorrow. Can you sort of maybe walk through the thought process between bringing him back short tomorrow when you're up 3-0 and maybe saving him when he's on full rest, and just sort of went into that decision? And
well, if we don't bring him back tomorrow and he pitches game 5, we don't have a starter for game 7. I mean, we have to physically have a starter You know, so this is the best way to do it. I mean, this is the only way to do it. There's no other way around it. We don't have another starter right now. It's not that difficult.